What do women do that men would never think about? Reminder, this post is intended for women to share their experiences. This is not the place to invalidate, just ask questions, or concern troll. A good faith question seeks to understand/commiserate with the stated experience and nothing more. Bad faith questions are for poking holes, whataboutism, picking fights, or trying to debate. Please report any rule breaking. Thread will remain unlocked for the time being if we play nice, ETA, or not. Hugging someone and making sure my face is up and away from them so I don't get makeup transference onto their clothing. Same for deodorant if I'm wearing a short-sleeved top. Dressing appropriately for an event. My BF gets invited to a lot of social gatherings with well-known people in our community, fundraisers, galas, cocktail parties, and he never asks what the expected dress attire is. When I go to these things, the men are usually sporting jeans and a suit jacket because they don't have as many options to think about. Just basically, do they want to wear jeans or dress pants? But I have to consider an array of options and all the levels: casual, business casual, formal like homecoming or ball gown formal, cocktail dress. It feels like totally different expectations for women at the events. Since most of the more obvious ones have already been said, I'll just put this out there. I doubt very seriously my husband has or ever will Google whether or not his nipples will ever go back to the color they were before 2 kids. How to seem aloof enough to not attract unwanted attention, but not too angry looking, to attract a bad person looking for a reason to harass a woman. Having to make a shower schedule. Can't wash hair every day, but need to take body showers and shave. 2 days after washing hair. Do I really have to wash my hair again? I don't want to have to go through all the product steps and then blow dry and then style. Maybe I'll just go 1 more day and hide the grease. Dry shampoo for 2 more days. Wait, when was the last time I washed my hair? Ha ha ha, that's me every single week. Debating the necessity of shaving my legs for specific events. Panic when they sneeze during their period. Factoring in my period when planning events, e.g. wedding day, camping trips, kayaking adventures, etc. We use so much toilet paper, especially on our periods. Put off buying a pregnancy test when your period is late. It's a huge roller coaster to go buy one. Take it. Imagine raising a child. Imagine telling your partner, trying to decide what to do with it, then getting a negative result. I've had a stern look at my whole life, reassessed our relationship, your ability to parent, my ability to parent, my finances, my ability to terminate a pregnancy, and you will never even know it happened, and debating whether to get the single pack or 3-pack. Planning out which days to wash my hair so it aligns with my schedule. Worry about being pregnant even if you didn't have sex that month. Yep, pretty sure I've got Jesus in me right now. Having to gauge creepiness versus sweet old man-ness when interacting with older gentlemen. Very important when with older men of power, whether at work or at your place of worship. Unfortunate interactions in both places for me. I default into believing they're just overly affectionate sweet old men. Not always the case. Frown. Being told how you're so small and delicate that he could just break you in half. I once had a guy actually put his hands on my neck and say, "Wow, I could probably just snap your neck." Go away. I'm assuming men don't do that to other men. Feeling a little bit of dread when you have a DM from a stranger, because you know opening it is basically disappointing penis roulette. Sorry for laughing, but I've never heard it called disappointing penis roulette. A game where everybody loses, lol. I'm prepared for things /habit in my purse. Spare phone charger? Fitbit charger? Ibuprofen? Naproxen? Lactase pills? Sewing kit? Tampons? Pens? Sticky notes? Battery pack? Checkbook? Stamps? Chapstick? Some days it's just impressive and I'm like a goddamn Mary Poppins, y'all. Planning my period/birth control around important events and vacation. Making sure I never leave the house without at least 1 menstrual pad and 1 to 2 doses of painkiller in my bag. Trying not to forget to shave my arms/legs etc. if I hadn't worn short sleeves in a while. And then because I'm someone with PCOS, hormonal issues, one of the symptoms is excessive hair growth. Making sure there's no missed dark hairs on my chin/neck. Whenever I tell someone I have a mustache and excessive dark chin hairs, because of PCOS, they're always like, "Wow, really? I can't see anything." Yeah, that's because I spend time bleaching and plucking my face daily so you don't see anything. Going home and looking forward to taking off your bra lol. Remove hair from our belly, around our nipples, upper lip hair, not just pubic/armpit/leg hair. My husband and I were getting a little touchy-feely the other day in the morning and I noticed him take a second longer glancing at my boobs. But not in a oh yes kind of way but more of a WTF kind of way. Afterwards he says don't shave your nipples anymore, I'll help you tweeze them if you want. I'm still not sure how I feel about this interaction days later. I'm conflicted for you. A lot of things related to grooming, the extent to which many of us deal with body hair, rough skin, hair and skincare, makeup, nails, etc. Like it's a meme that women's bathrooms are a mess of random products, but I don't think many men actually think about the time and effort put into actually using those products. They just take it for granted that women's bodies are naturally smooth and soft and pretty. I was on a beach vacation with a guy I was seeing and didn't bring a razor since airport security usually confiscates them. One night in bed I noticed my armpits were getting hairy and he asked why I didn't pick up a razor at the drugstore the night before. I said I don't know, I guess I wasn't thinking about my armpits last night. Were you thinking about your armpits last night? And his mind was blown that things like hair removal that seem to happen effortlessly behind the scenes require actual conscious thought and preparation. He is relatively hairless though, so I'm assuming this would be less of a revelation for men who have to groom their own bodies more frequently. Edited for word choice. The whole text me when you get home thing we do with our girlfriends. None of my guy friends ever ask their guy friends to do that. That and sending screenshots of the Uber/Lyft driver to your friends when you get in the car, and my girlfriends send me screenshots or contact info of their date when it's a newer person. Change the hand towel in the bathroom. So many things, and reading others' comments is soul touching that I'm not alone. One I haven't seen yet is how much I need to consider family planning and how it can impact my career. Several of my male colleagues have children but my similarly aged female ones do not, because it will fuck up our success. Talk openly about sex toys. I feel like vibrators etc. are so much more socially acceptable than fake vaginas and sex dolls. I've thought about this a lot and it's so twisted. I think it's because women aren't supposed to have a lot of partners, so sex with a toy is more excusable, whereas male toys mean that they can't get a woman and thus shameful, which is also super messed up. I found a chopped up sex doll in the woods one time. I still wonder what kind of shame led to that chain of events. Enjoying the content? Don't forget to like and subscribe. We put out new videos every day. While you're smashing that like button, here's a meme to entertain you. Is it safe for me to go _alone? Checking the back seat of a locked car before getting in. Because you never know. Letting people know when I leave and arrive. My ex-BF once told me I shower so hot because I feel homesick for hell. Thanks, hun. Spend so much time and money on their pubic hair. Panicking to find a ride home after a late closing shift after work, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. The college city I live in is pretty dangerous at night, so I'll have to ask a coworker with a big enough car to fit my bike in for a ride since the buses stop running at 11:45 p.m. I can't bring myself to pay the outrageous prices for Uber or Lyft in my city for a 10-minute ride, and the bike route home is full of bushes that someone can easily hide and out of view at night. I make sure to never leave a drink unattended at a bar, even if it's a really uncrowded or laid-back seeming bar. It's second nature. I don't think many men think about this much. Once at a bar with my boyfriend I got up to go to the bathroom and when I came back, I realized he had also gone to the bathroom, and left both our drinks on the table. I had to remind him to please not do that when he's out with me. According to my husband, clean the countertops and dining table when you do the dishes. Blows his mind. Seriously, this was drilled into me as a kid. How did people grow up not learning these things? I would have been grounded so often if I didn't wipe the counters/stove/dining table. Actively worry about cameras planted in our public bathrooms and hotel rooms. Spend a decent amount of the money on Uber/Lyft in an attempt to get home safely as opposed to taking public transportation, and then you end up getting a creepy Uber driver. Frown. He wasn't being creepy, he was trying to give you a compliment on your breasts. I'm always looking over my shoulder when I hear footsteps behind me. I walk to my car late at night with a cello end pin. No one will mess with a lady holding a sharp titanium rod. This is a minor one, But since you've hit on all the biggest pains, I hate that I am automatically expected to know how to deal with babies/children. The number of times I've been handed babies by coworkers/casual acquaintances/distant relatives and just expected to know how to hold them or what to do when they cry. After sex, the cum is going to dribble back out, and I have to account for this in my plans, and that's why I don't want a quickie right before we leave for dinner. Debate if you have enough money for name brand tampons/pads, or if you need to get the cheaper generic option. Beg teachers and bosses for a bathroom break, like I can tell my period when to show up. Hold your keys like weapon in case someone tries to rape you in a parking lot. Wonder if your bio clock is running out and deciding if you really want kids, or if you're happy having money. For the most part, thank you and host/hostess gifts. I gave a thank you present to a guy friend, and while I could tell he appreciated it, he looked at me like I had just stepped off a spaceship. Guys just aren't socialized or expected to give those kind of gifts. Yes, just social etiquette in general. I always have to ask, what do you think we should bring? Or suggest stopping along the way to pick up wine or cookies or something. He always thinks it's too much, but my mother raised me to never arrive empty-handed. When we're hosting, he likes to question things too, like, are you sure we need that much beer? Or no, we don't need more cups, we have enough from last time. No, I will not be the person whose party falls flat because we ran out of drinks or because there weren't enough cups for cocktails. That might just be his lack of event planning skills though, lol. We shave our buttholes. Yes, women get hair in their butt crack too. Oh god, and then it starts growing back. Zany face, dizzy face. You know how sometimes you nick your leg shaving? I did that once when shaving my butthole. That was hell on earth. Have each other's backs, even if we don't know one another. I can't tell you the number of times my friends and I have rescued a poor girl in a bar or club from a creeper who just didn't understand the word no. All women know the help me eyes. Once seen, respond accordingly, usually with platonic dancing to pull her away from the creepy dude and into your larger group of people until the dude has walked away. That, and asking in any public restroom if someone has a tampon. We've all been unexpectedly caught without, and we'll all return the favor someday. I remember when I was 18 I ended up at a house party that I didn't want to be at, with a guy I did not want to be with. I must have walked in with that look in my eye because the hostess was by my side in seconds, taking me on a tour of the apartment and finding out what the fuck was going on. After explaining the series of events that had led me here, she disappeared and reappeared with some other women. She was like, right, boyfriend is making talk with random guy, I've called you a cab, let's go, and they formed a little semicircle around me and hid me from this guy as they ushered me out. I was near tears with gratitude and hugged her before jumping into the cab. We'll always be thankful to that woman for recognizing how uncomfortable I was. Worry about boob sweat. Clean the bathroom. /S. 23F live with two 22M whose mothers let them suckle until the day they moved out, Lord help me. Delicate expression of concern / ideas in the workplace to fit the office politics and avoid being labeled as a bitch / bossy busybody and definite alienation, followed by a million sorries despite having done nothing wrong and just having an opinion. Worry about handymen, repair guys and delivery men coming back and raping them. Shaving the toe hair. How to negotiate and justify your boundaries / no in a sexual situation. Guys who make creepy comments on how pretty your young daughter is, they never, ever do it if dad is around, though. Pre-planning to avoid being home alone if we are getting a delivery, or making it seem like I am in a crowded house if I with extra precautions like having my dog and phone with me. My boyfriend was out on the back balcony last week when a delivery man came inside, unnecessarily, with our food, calling me honey and sweetie. Elevator opens up directly into our app, and I was very rattled when BF materialized a few minutes afterwards. He was sympathetic, but I could see in his eyes that he just couldn't understand in the very least how scary something like that could be. How terrifying. There's no reason for the delivery guys to step into your home. Dudes just don't get it. And then we're acting crazy if we are at all protective rather than charming and smiley. It's a catch-22.